Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today we're going to continue our showcase of the OP08 leaders. The next one in our list is none other than OP08 Yellow Kalgara. Now, the list that you see in the screen is very standard, no crazy text, anything crazy, and not reinventing the wheel. I think it's very straightforward. Like, this deck kind of just built itself just because there's not a lot of options out there of Shandorian warriors that you can actually play to use the effect from Kalgara. Like, when you really think about it, the only Shandorian warriors that are really worth it are your 5-cost Wiper, your 6-cost Kalgara, and your 4-cost Wiper in certain situations is also worth playing, right? So you really only have 12 hits that are worth playing. No other Shandorian warrior is really necessary. So this list is going to be pretty standard for almost everybody. So just putting that out there, not reinventing the wheel, pretty straightforward. So what does this leader do? When you attack with him, if you attach a Dawn to him, you can put a character with the Shandorian warriors type. So that's what I mentioned, that Kalgara, that Wiper, from your hand into play that costs like the same or less of the amount of Dawn that you have on the field. And if you do, you have to take a life. What this means is that if you, in your 5 Dawn turn, you can put 1 Dawn on Kalgara, attack your opponent for 6, and you can play out a Wiper from your hand. You play the Wiper, you get a card from your life to your hand. So this deck is kind of like a very aggressive kind of glass cannon strategy where you're like using his effect to kind of cheat out these big bodies on your 5 Dawn turn, on your 6 Dawn turn, and just build like this really big board and just slam your units into the opponent. Because at the same time that you're building that board, you're taking life, you're taking some of your own life, which means that you don't have a lot of time left before you can actually kill the opponent. Now, one thing here that I want to point out, if you notice, the effect of taking a life is not required for you to cheat out a unit. I see a lot of people making that mistake. You can use his ability when you're at 0 life. So one cool combo sometimes is that sometimes don't be afraid to go to 0 life, and you can, like if you have a Norland and a Kalgara in your hand, don't be afraid to go to 0 life, so that next turn you attack with your Kalgara, use his ability to summon the 6-cost Kalgara, and then you play Norland right after to go back up to 1 life, right? That way your Kalgara was pretty much free to play in a way, right? It's kind of a cool strategy you can think about. Remember, you don't need to have a life to actually trigger Kalgara's ability. Now, because of the glass cannon mindset of this deck reminds me kind of a little bit of like old school Whitebeard. If you guys were here for OP02, OP03, OP04, and you remember Whitebeard, it was this really glass cannon deck that went down to 0 life early, but just had this board that could just attack into you. And it's kind of the same way here. You're going to low life, maybe not 0, but you're going to low life early and just building this board and just attacking into it. And because of that same idea, you end up playing all these events that actually help you protect yourself when you get to that really low life. So let's talk about the rest of the deck list here. Now, this deck is going to be all about the Sky Island package, right? Sky Island and Shandorian Warriors, right? So we play and Holy is perfect there because, again, it just lets us fill up the board and have this very aggressive strategy. So the into the Holy ends up being a way to get 2 bodies into the field. And if you're going second, you can just attack for 5 and then play your into your Holy, or if you're going first, you can actually cheat out a unit with the Kalgara effect and then also be able to play our and Holy still with the 4 leftover Dawn. We play 4 Satoris, obviously, which is just a 2K that can be searched by our Shura and by Upper Yard, and can also be a trigger if you hit it from your life. We are playing 4 Shuras, just searching all these Sky Island cards. So you're pretty much hitting everything in the deck except for your Norland and your Ace. And I guess the Flame Spit you're really not hitting either. So your Shura is never really going to whiff, right? So it ends up being really consistent. You can usually always play this on a 2 Dawn turn or in some turns when you have nothing else to do with the rest of your Dawn, right? We are playing 4 of the Wipers, and this Wiper is like actually better than you might think, and the reason for that, obviously, you can cheat it out with your leader ability, but also because we are playing 4 Upper Yards, it ends up also being a searcher while being a 7K, so you can actually send that Upper Yard obviously to the bottom of your deck and be able to search the top of your deck. It's actually also a low-key counter to Riju. If you're going against a Riju player, you can actually bottom deck their stage, because remember, it doesn't say that it has to be your stage. It says return 1 one cost stage to the bottom of his other deck. So it actually counts if you bottom deck the Reju stage, which can be pretty funny in that matchup. We have the 6 cost Kalgara, which is really the big card that you got from OP08 to be meant to play with this leader. And of course, the idea here is that on your 6th turn or later, you can cheat this out and you pretty much get an 8k body on the field for the cost of one of your lives, right? The cool thing here is that between Kalgara and Norland, sometimes you can cheat out the Kalgara on your 6th turn, have 5 down left, and be able to play your Norland right away to get that life back that you just lost. A lot of times, it's actually not a good idea to do that, to be honest, because some of your cards, like want you to be at 2 life. I remember what I was talking about sometimes not being afraid to go to 0 to be able to just play your leader ability for free. So don't think that you have to play Norland every time when you play Kalgara. Feel free to play Kalgara, cheat it out with your leader, and just play it. And you don't have to heal up until later on when you actually need it, right? So that is what we play Norland. Obviously, it's a way to let us heal up if we don't run any blockers here, right? So sometimes we need that extra life safety net, and Norland lets us do that. Remember that you do need to have a Kalgara character in the field though, so make sure that if you're going against a black deck, for example, make sure that you keep a Kalgara in your hand that you can cheat out with your leader and then follow with a Norland. That way the Kalgara is safe in your hand and not be able to move at the opponent. And then lastly, of the Shenandoah Sky Warrior characters, we are playing 4 of the new Wipers as well. 4k counter, like I talked about, is a target for a leader, and he can search for the upper yard and play it right away. And kind of like and Holy, sometimes if you have an upper yard in your hand, even if you whiff the search, you can just play the upper yard from your Wiper, and at least get value from it, even if you didn't actually hit it. So that's kind of like the Sky Island characters, and again, a lot of value because this deck is very glass cannon and it's like all in or nothing. I do like playing 4 of the Rush Ace, right? So it allows us to have this Rush character that can potentially threaten the opponent when necessary, right? If for whatever reason our Kalgara is like frozen because we're playing against like Bonnie, for example, and they did like a Doffy, you can still play this Ace to kind of push that little bit of damage that you need, or if you just need that one last rush attacker to actually get through to your opponent. That's what you have here. And then we go to the events, right? The events are very important because again, it's kind of like playing Whitebeard. So Thor is literally your Radical Beam, and then the Earth Won't Lose is literally your guard point pretty much. So Thor gives us 4k counter when the opponent is at 2 life or less. It's not going to be difficult for you to get them there because obviously you're going to have all these big attackers you're slamming into their board, but some opponents might play around that and keep themselves at 3 life, so that just to make it so that you do not have your Thor available. So just keep mindful of that. This is a really good card obviously to defend yourself because again, we're going to be going down very early on life, right? And then we are playing 4 of the Earth Won't Lose. This card again can be searched by your Shura. It can be searched by your Wiper actually, because it's a type Shenandoah Wario type of card. So it can be searched by Shura, by Wiper. It can be searched by your upper yard. So it's really good. And the really good thing about this card is that when you counter with it, you get a 3k. And if you have an upper yard in your hand, you get to play the upper yard right away, which can be really nice and potentially getting you another 2k counter than you need. So a lot of times, sometimes it's actually not correct to play the upper yards when you have like one done open, because maybe you want to leave it for your Earth Won't Lose instead, right? I guess it ends up being really the same thing. So you gotta just determine, right? Like don't be forced to just use a Dawn for upper yard if you have this available. Use that Dawn to attack with your characters instead, because you know that you're gonna get to play the upper yard for free using the Earth Won't Lose, right? So just keep that in mind. And then we are playing 2 Flame Splits, which just lets you rest the opponent's blocker for just also a 4 cost or less blocker. Really good against Rebecca and those type of decks. It's not searchable though, and I don't think I want to play more than 2 of them. But the cool thing here is that it can be a counter or a main, so you can actually use that as a defensive mechanism if you need to, and it gives you 1k to one of your characters or your leaders for the rest of your turn. And then lastly, obviously we have the upper yard, which we talked about. Very important. You can cheat it out for free with Wiper, or with the Earth Won't Lose, or you can just play it if you have nothing else better to do and be able to search for one of your Sky Island package cards. And also it synergizes really well with the Wiper because you can have this on the field and cheat out Wiper with your leader ability, send the upper yard back to the bottom of your deck and get a free search from it. So that's kind of the deck list. Again, very straightforward. This deck is all about kind of being a glass cannon and just finding those opportunities to just push that last bit of damage into the opponent to just take out the rest of their life. So yeah, hope you enjoy the games coming up soon. And if you do, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. Enjoy the 3 games that we have for you of Kalgara. In this match, we're going against Zoro. And this is going to be a tough one. It's going to be a very tough one. Oof. Tough. Okay, that's a good start here with the upper jaw and the Shuras. We'll go like this. Let's get the Om. Let's get the Om. I think I want to play for the Holy, right? And we'll have a lot of things that we can draw. I'm gonna actually give them the 1K here. Oh wow, that's an aggressive. That's an aggressive one there. Very aggressive actually. Oh, that's interesting. So, wow. Wow. I have to kill that Zoro, I think. So I can attack for 7, play the Wiper, play the Upper Jar, and I'm just gonna be taking a life as well. Or I could just not play it right now and just be okay. And I want to play it. I want to play it. Even if it means that we're technically taking quite a bit of a hit, right? Let's go here. That allows me to play the other upper jars that I have. I'm kind of so short on counters is my only concern now. Like I could play the Shura, but that doesn't really help me, right? I think I need to be able to keep myself at least a little bit healthy so that I'm not just dying. This will let me play the upper jar. You have to kind of just raise them, but the problem is that at some point the opponent's just gonna have all these units on the field and I won't be able to do anything. Like I'm gonna be going very low in life. They're faster than us, right? Oh, that's beautiful, right? That's exactly the amount that we wanted. Oh, that's the Holy now. So Om, so we have 4, so we can go Om into Holy. Maybe I should have grabbed the other counter, to be honest. So Om into Holy. Let's just get there. Guess we'll go 5. If opponent doesn't go down to 2, that's going to be a problem as well. I'm just going to go 5. I'm just going to go 5s and just play the Om into the Holy. And keep the down for the Flame Spit and the Thor, even if it's just going to be a 2K. We'll go like this. We technically whiff, but that's okay. We had a lot of other stuff, right? It's kind of weird. This is kind of weird here. I mean, they can put 2 down here plus the Zoro down. That's going to be at 7K. And that will also give minus 3K to one of my units. But that's 3 down commitment, which only leaves them with 4 down, which is enough for them to, like, if they find the other shopper, to just get their value. Looking for like another Wiper or something to be able to actually play this upper jar. What happened on that one turn where I was able to kill the Zoro with a 7K is one of the reasons that I like Kalgara, that you can like attack for 7 while still developing a 5K body or even more, right? So it ends up being really nice when that happens. Yep, so what did I say, right? So they're gonna go 7 there. Let's go here. Gonna keep this. I might need this. I might need this to counter out over the cycle. He also makes our own a Sitsuki now, right? Without us having to take our own life. Okay, so then we'll go here. Oof. It's so juicy to get Kalgara, but I think I have to go here. Like, I think I literally have to just get all these counter events that can keep me alive. So, well, now I wish I had a Kalgara, right? So this can be a 6k here with no problem. And this can be a 5k here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 done. I wonder if the opponent would just not take this 5. Like, I think if I'm the opponent, actually, you should probably counter that. You gave me a 2k there? Do I just continue attacking for 5s and just keep taking it slow? The fact that the opponent gave me a 2k there feels not bad to me. I guess the opponent's gonna have like, yeah, they give me another 2k. It makes it so my L-Tors are not great right now, which is obviously a problem as well. And I guess I'm just gonna survive with this counters. So, 2 options, right? I can go Flame Split, but I think I'm gonna be using this anyways. So I don't know that it matters. Guess we'll go like this. Make it so the opponent has to get more done if they want to attack with their units. So I'm at 6, opponent's at 6. They have to have like something, okay, like Kick Killer, okay, that's fine. I guess if they have double Kick Killer, that's gonna be the punish. They do have double Kick Killer. Alright. So they have double Kick Killer. We still don't have the life here that we can gain. They have 2 don't open. So I guess we can go, I mean, sorry, 2 cards open. So we can go 7. I guess if they try to save this one, they're using all their cards. Let's go 8. I'm still dying to a lot of rushers, but I have this L-Tor, the L-Tors are not doing anything right now. You gave me a lot of 2Ks earlier, so I don't think you have it. And honestly, I'm okay just attacking this one for 6. All my Kalgaras have gone to the bottom, so this Norland is useless. So it's just gonna be a matter of how many more rushes you have, right? You show me 2 kids, you show me 1 Zoro. Weird game. So we're both out of gas in a way, but not really. Like, I'm okay giving you L-Tor there for 2. They have another Zoro, okay. If I go to 1 and the opponent's another Kick Killer, then that means I'm gonna be going to 0. I cannot use that. I don't need the unit. I need the counter. Okay. So I guess we'll just give you this and this. They just all rushers. All rushers. Okay, so I want to do enough to enable this L-Tor. So I gotta go 7, 8. So I gotta go like 8 here, 7 here, 7 here, and then another 7. I guess technically the 7 could get punished. I played a lot of events already, so I think I'm gonna go 8. Because I think there's a low chance that there's another event in my life. And I just need to survive this, and I should be okay. Unless the opponent finds another blocker shopper. So Thor is not enabled because the opponent has 2 lives. They actually had 2 more rushers, by the way, last turn. That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. I wonder if they just went for the kid into my life instead of going to my board, if they actually would have potentially gotten there. That's not the blocker shopper. So we know they have a non-counter card in their hand. They have an event that doesn't do anything. So they have 2 deck cards in their hand right now. So 2 non-counter cards. 2 non-counter cards. That's tough. And you know I'm gonna just go all Thor. I mean, I guess maybe you're hoping I don't have another one. Or you could have another rusher. Nope, that's not a rusher. You get the blocker, but too late. So opponent has 1 deck card in their hand. 2 cards. We'll go 7, right? Because attacking for 7 requires both cards. Let's go ahead and put 7 everywhere. Just to play around like a random jet pistol. So 7 is going to require both cards out of their hand. They even whiffed on the shut up and come. Oh, well, they got the second one. So they do get a blocker now. That should still be okay, right? Because we can go 7 here. 7, 8, 9. So we have 1 8 and 1 9, right? Yeah, I guess we just go 8. Hope that the opponent doesn't have 2k, 2k. They gave me a lot of 2ks earlier. They gave me like all their bears. And then we just attach everything here. They whiffed the first one, but they got the second one. And they got the shopper blocker, which is what I needed. Yeah, there you go. Woo, so actually that 8k was what I needed, right? Because the opponent needed 1 more 1k to potentially stay alive. Crazy. GG's. In this match, we're going against Katakuri. Interesting. Ooh, I mean, Omi's not bad. Operajar is good. I think I'm down because the Norland cannot be searched, right? Meanwhile, the Norland cannot be searched, but the other stuff can be searched, like Kalgara can be searched, right? So now here's my question. Am I willing to go more for the Holy and Om combo, or do I just want to grab this Kalgara right now? That's a tough question. I think I'm just going to grab the Kalgara right now just because I do have the non-land blank. And I'm just willing to take the risk with the Om next turn. See if we hit a second Holy. So... okay, so the opponent found a Linlin. By the way, one thing is that the leader ability doesn't require you to have a life, right? So I can go to 0 with the 10 cost Linlin and just say okay. We end up getting another Kalgara anyways. I think I'm gonna risk it. I think I'm gonna risk it with the Om here. We don't hit it, so that's okay. Okay. I could have gone Shura first. So what I'm getting at, by the way, what I'm getting at is that I actually could potentially play. I did forget about Gedatsu, by the way. So that was actually a mistake on my part. I completely forgot about Gedatsu. I completely forgot about Gedatsu. Wow. That's alright. I don't mind going to 0 because I'll be able to play Norland, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. Okay. Shura or Wiper? I guess I'll go Wiper. I guess I have to go. I guess I could go. Oh no, because this is only Shenandoah Warrior, right? So I have to actually grab the Wiper or the Kalgara. I guess we'll grab the Kalgara here. At least it's a 1k counter. If I go to 0, again, I can always play the Norland. If I go to 0, it allows me to use my leader ability without having to, quote-unquote, use up a life. I just have to be careful not to go to 0 on the first... Like, I have to go to 0... Yeah, like this, for example, I have to go the 1k. This one... Okay, so if we take it... So this is going to be a 9 hit. So I guess we can go here. Next turn, we'll be able to go Kalgara as well as Norland. So we'll go like this and just have another unit. So if I take this, right? If I take this, the opponent would just be able to attack me for like 9, which I will not be able to block without using my whole hand. I wanted to play that 7-cost Big Mom that we know they have, and I'll trash the top of my life anyways. So now, again, for 1 Dawn, we can play Kalgara. Then for 5 Dawn, 3, 4, 5, we can play Norland Blank to go back to 1 life. We'll have the Opera Jar and the Earthworm Loose, I guess, as my backup. That will give me a search, and this will... No, sorry. We do not want to play the Opera Jar right now because we're going to play with this. So we'll have this to as our event. So we can spend 5, 6 Dawn here. Yeah, let's go here first. I want to use this so that I don't get punished by like a beige or something. I guess my question is, should I be going for their life or should I be going for their units? Honestly, let's just go for their lives. I think one of us is gonna die here, so in the next couple of turns. So we're just gonna go 7, we're gonna go 8. Just call it. Opponent's gonna go to 9 next turn. They could have a 2k plus a 1k here, or they could have the You're the One Who Should Disappear to just get to 8. Yeah, this will let me play the stage from my hand, which will limit potentially get... Yeah, there you go. You're the One Who Should Disappear. So they just trashed the Big Mom, so we'll go here. Okay, what's your trigger, friend? Alright, so then we'll go like this, use the card action, get the life, pass the turn. So what do we have? This will get my leader to be a 6k. Oh, it's just a Nami? Do I care about that banish? I don't think I care, right? So what? You have 9, so you can go to 10. This will be 6 plus 3. That's going to be 9. 10, 11. And then you'll be able to attack me for this if I don't find a 2k. So I need to find a 2k from the Opera Jar for us to have a chance then, right? Yeah, because this only rests a 4 cost. Yeah, so I need to find exactly a 2k. If I counter now, the opponent can just attack for like 5. So yeah, so I have to find exactly a 2k from the Opera Jar. We've seen 2 Satoris. Oh, you know what? I think I just miscounted the fact that the opponent gets an extra +1 here, right? So 7, 8, and this is 7, right? So if we go 6 here, if we counter this now, I'm over countering technically, and then the opponent goes for 8, and I will only be able to attack block for 8. I have to give them the 2Ks right now. Yeah, so I have to go like this. And I have to go here and here. If the opponent goes 7, 7, they actually get there. But they might be inclined to go 8 and 6 to play around me having like... Okay, so they did go 7, right? So again, now I just have to find the 2k. And we got it, right? So now the opponent knows I have a 2k in my hand, so they can not do anything. I guess they can just fix their life. Yeah, I mean, you know I have the wiper, right? So I guess your best bet is to attack the Satori. You have to attack the Satori and get rid of one of the units. Yep. So they left that card at the top, right? So they left that card at the top. They have 3 cards in their hand. Three cards in their hand. I guess we can go 9, 9, 9. 9. Okay, we have 3 9k attacks. I think that's fine. I think I'm gonna start here with the 5 cost units first to play around a Nami trigger. That's gonna force, 3 cards on their hand if they want to counter out of the 9. Okay, so now we know they only have 1 card in their hand, right? So we can go 7. We don't have a rush ace, unfortunately. And then, yeah, then we just attach everything, and then we just attack. GG's. That was close. That was actually very close, right? Like, literally, I had to get a 2k counter from that upper jar last turn. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to get it. So if this into the upper jar didn't give me exactly that wiper, I would have just lost. Wow. This deck is such a glass cannon deck, right? Such a glass cannon deck. We didn't have any Thors, right? So it was like kind of tough. Yeah, that was close. That was close. GG's. In this match, we're going against Marco. I like this hand. So we have the Kalgara and we have the upper jars, which will allow me to search potentially for a holy, which is really good, right? Okay, we get the holy anyways. Let's still play this out. Let's still play this out. Kalgara seems better than Thor. So let's go for it this way. We can attack for 5 next turn and then summon Omen Holy. And then summon Kalgara and just push a ton of damage. That's a nice tech, because now they can always get that extra done, right? Yeah, that's a 7k attack. That's pretty good. Another Holy? That sucks. That means I'm gonna whiff this. Yeah, so let's attack for 5, and then we'll go Omen Holy. I guess opponent could have... The only downside is that this only arrested, right? So they won't be able to just go Marco next turn. They won't be able to do 5 cost Marco, right? To pop my leader. They can do one of these 2 minus 3k, but it's not gonna be enough to kill us. I'm also surprised that the opponent didn't activate their effect last turn to cycle. Maybe they thought their hand was so good that they didn't need to. For lives, they do play Marco blocker, so this flame split is going to be really good for that later. We can keep this upper jar for when we get the counter event, or when we get another the 4-cost wiper too. So now they're going to do the cycle thing. Unfortunately, I'm not going to... I mean, I guess I can take 1 hit here. And then when I attack with Kalgara, I'll get down to 2 lives, making the Oma 6k. I also have to say that I have no way to get on to 6k, but that's not true. So let's see how this goes. Okay, so they put card back. They go -2 here. I guess if they're playing a Vista. I literally called it. As soon as he did, I was like, I guess if they're playing a Vista, they can actually kill it. I don't see people playing Vista, so that's an interesting one. I'm gonna keep it just because we have the upper stage. It should still let me, it will let me counter and do my stuff. I guess let's attack first. And just play the Kalgara. We got another Kalgara. And let's go. Do I go another 6? I have two options. I mean, I can go another holy, like I can go 6 and then play another holy and keep a Dawn open for this event, or I can go 7. I can go 7 and just say that I don't need the event right now and just play another holy anyways, which I think ends up working out better for us. And we can keep the events for next turn instead. We have 2k, 1k, 1k, and we can get another Kalgara on the field, but that will put me down to 1 life. Opponent's going to be looking to kill this holy, which they'll be able to easily do with the Marco ability. My units are going to be very vulnerable to the opponent's Rayleigh, so even summoning another Kalgara seems a little bit risky. We'll have 8 Dawn next turn. Or maybe they just try to kill this right now, huh? They can give the attached Dawn to Marco, give this -2, and then play the 5 cost Marco. But that means that the holy stays on the field. Because I will give a 2k to save this holy. And I think that's exactly what they're going for. Yeah, I'm gonna give you the 2k here. So that's gonna be a 5 cost Marco or another Bista? Yep, 5 cost Marco. There you go. So again, the opponent does have access to Rayleigh next turn. Or yeah. So we have options, right? We attack for 6, get a Kalgara out, have 7 Dawn left. With 7 Dawn, we can go Ace, attack for 7. So I have a 5, 5, 6, 7k attack. While having 2 bodies on the field. It's not bad, and still have the 2 counters for here. I guess we don't need to have 2. We don't need to have 2 counters because I don't want to use this just yet, right? So let's say we do 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I like this. So we go 5. I guess opponent has a lot of 1k, so maybe going 6 twice might have been better than going 5s. Yeah, let's go 6 twice. I like going 6 twice. Or we're going 5 another time. And again, we'll go for it here. Now, I am kind of short on counters, I'm not gonna lie. So, I wonder, the opponent going to 0 like this tells me they have to kill me next turn, right? They have to kill me next turn. So maybe we don't even play the ace. Maybe we just pass. I'm just gonna total up, right? I'm just gonna total up. So we're just gonna keep enough Dawn to play both of these. And potentially find another one with the upper jar. And just keep this 2k counter and this 1k counter in my hand. Again, if they play the 4 cost Marco blocker or they play the Namule, we'll be fine. Okay, so Ace does let them kill these holies, but that's not getting you anywhere. Because you still have 0. Sure. Yeah, you just die into the Kalgara, right? I should be able to survive this no matter what the opponent does here. Again, I guess they have an extra Dawn here. So let me think about this actually. So 9, 6, they have a 10 and a 6, so they could have a 9 and a 7. We can beat that. So we can beat the 7 by going here. And the 9 by going here plus here. Sure. Let's let them go for it. We'll go like this. Boom. Go here. Find ourselves a 2k counter. Just chill. Yeah, we'll give you this just to let you know that we have it. That's game, right? Yeah, I don't think even if the opponent has Radical Beam, that should be enough. That's 14. That's if they have another one, they go to 15, and then they have 17. Yeah, it wouldn't have been enough. So GG's. Hey, welcome back everyone. Hope you enjoyed these first 3 games of Kalgara. It had some pretty fun games there against Zoro and Katakuri specifically. The Marco game was whatever, but I wanted to include it there as an extra game as well, kind of showcasing. I don't get to face against a lot of Marco players, so I kind of wanted to just show it there. But anyways, you get the idea here. Cheetah units have all this big board presence and just put so much pressure into the opponent, make it really hard for them to just be able to, you know, kill you and kind of hide behind your events when it's time for you to like try to keep yourself alive. So we're gonna have 2 more videos, obviously, of Kalgara. As always, we do 3 videos for our new leaders. So you can come back tomorrow to check more of that out. If you like today's video, make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. You can also find us on Twitch at Sirturmund. We stream every now and then. And you can also find us on Discord and Twitter. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.